Hi, my name is Rich Shea, and I am a high-ticket closer. I am an entrepreneur and owner of 2 businesses. I started a brick-and-mortar food business about 2 years ago, and I'm currently growing a boutique martial arts training company. I was initially viewing HTC, or the high-ticket closer program, as a way to enhance my ability to negotiate in business and to close deals. I had seen a lot of the content from Dan Lok and from a.k.a. online, so I was very quickly drawn to what the HTC program had to offer. But what I had expected initially in the program versus what I actually got from the program were very different things. If you just take a look at the program, you scan the territory, what you'll see out there is you'll see a lot of training programs, a lot of gurus, a lot of entities that are trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you a curriculum. They're trying to sell you course after course. Once you get to this level, you'll get to the next level if you just buy the course. And eventually you'll be able to apply something, right? But what I found with Dan Lok and a.k.a. is they're so much different from that. They're so very different to all the stuff that's out there. Right from the gate, right out of the gate, day one, the principles that we learn, the tried and tested principles, tried and true tested principles that we learn are actually applicable immediately to our lives and to our businesses. And what I realized, I didn't really think about it until I got into the HTC program, is that our lives are abundant with relationships. Our lives are abundant with opportunities to enhance those relationships. So this program from day one is about being able to apply what we learn, not just to close deals, not just to earn your FU money, but it's really about how can we enhance and how can we improve those relationships that we currently have and intend on having. The second surprisingly refreshing part of the program, I think, lies with both Dan Lok and a.k.a. And they are extremely dedicated to the success of this program and also the individual successes of each and every participant, I think. Whether it's the amount of the high-level attention we're getting during the live classes or the amount of engagement they're constantly providing to us on the Facebook platform, you can really feel that Dan and a.k.a. are there with you every step of the way as you're learning, as you're growing. So I think it's not the type of attention you can get from just any program, and I'm really grateful for that. I had mentioned the way that HTC transforms the way you build relationships, and I have a very personal and profound example of this. We talk about the important relationships that we have, right, or important partnerships we have in life and in business, and I don't think there's any more important relationship or partnership for me than the one I have with my wife. And before the program and in the last several years, my wife and I did not see eye to eye on many things in business, and especially in matters of business and in matters of the startup. She had been very successful in creating her own businesses in her own domain, and I was very opinionated, and I had a lot of different ideas about business. Needless to say, we had our fair share of disagreements, and you can imagine how much of an impact that can have on a relationship. I started applying what Dan and a.k.a. had taught me in the first 2 weeks, and you know what happened? My wife told me that on the third week that something seemed different about me. She no longer felt that I was challenging her. She really felt that I was really listening. And she also said that I was finally making some sense to her. That's, what can I say, right? Imagine that. The relationship, the partnership that we had really changed. We came up with several whole pages of ideas that we could apply directly to our business. And this was the first time that we'd ever done that, And halfway through the program, my wife even wanted to personally thank Dan Locke and Kayvon for being the catalyst for that change. If I am able to make this amount of change in my personal life, I can't even imagine how many other things I can do in my business environment, right? In my business partnerships. So I really chalk up this huge personal gain to Dan, Kayvon, Desmond, the whole HTC team and the whole HTC family. Life is never going to be the same because of that. The future is bright. The future has clarity now, a much more purposeful sense of clarity. And in 12 months, I imagine to have thoroughly applied the principles that I've learned at HTC, perhaps even closing up to 40 to 50 clients in a month, earning, like we said, 20,000 to 30,000 in additional income per month. But more importantly, though, a year from now, I think I would have built the relationships and improved the relationships with the people that matter most to me. My friends, my family, and all using the principles of HTC, principles learned from the program. And I think that's pretty exciting and pretty priceless. I would say for anyone considering to join or to invest in the HTC program, you need to ask yourself only one important question. And I say this because HTC is not for everyone. It's not for people who want to dabble in get-rich-quick schemes. It's not for people who just want to test the waters and try different programs, different sales programs, and try to figure out how to very quickly make a quick buck. But it is for people who are ready for a rude awakening. It is for people who are ready to make an evolutionary change in themselves. It is for people who are open to that. So I would say the question I would have for anybody who is considering the program is, how committed are you to realizing that new version of yourself, that new and improved you? How committed are you?